Hey guys, Comic Uno and also a Player Affinity video review, and today I am reviewing Avengers vs X-Men issue 7, also called Round 7. So let's see what's going on with this issue, and let's talk about the cover first. I thought the cover was okay. I mean, it's nothing really that special. It's just like Avengers trying to escape this red blast. So it was like nothing really that special, but the art was pretty much like the interior art and much better than John Romita Jr.'s art. So the art was good, the concept was boring, but so it was okay. But yeah, so the cover is like eh. But let's see what's going on in story, see if I like that. So in this issue, we get to see Scarlet Witch play a big part in this issue because we see how much the X-Men is scared of Scarlet Witch, and really for the Avengers, Scarlet Witch is a great, I guess, player for their team because they know that the X-Men are afraid of Scarlet Witch. So definitely the Avengers kind of have the advantage with that because the X-Men are totally scared of Scarlet Witch and also want to, I guess, defeat her the most. It's like the Avengers is not a problem. The threat is Scarlet Witch because she was the one who pretty much destroyed mutant kind. So that's pretty much what this whole issue, the whole entire issue is about. I mean, it's really just showing that Scarlet Witch is a threat. So not much happened in this issue. It was pretty much a big battle between Avengers and the X-Men, but it was like an organized battle, I would say, because I know one of my biggest complaints about this series, especially in the beginning, is that a lot of the issues are just like this big battle, like one X-Men versus another Avenger, that was my big complaint, but it didn't have story. Like, I do like battles, I do like fights in comic books, but it has to have a story, it has to, mean something, and with this issue, it did mean something. The reason they're fighting is because of Scarlet Witch. So, it did mean something, and I actually liked the fight. It actually had a story, and the fight didn't feel like misplaced. It actually felt like it was needed in this issue. So, yes, they could have less fighting. I felt like they could have fit a little bit more story to progress for Avengers vs. X-Men and see more progression for the story arc, because really, if you didn't pick up this issue, it wouldn't have mattered. The only thing that's interesting is just see how, like, scared the X-Men really are of Scarlet Witch. So, but it's still like an interesting issue. It was a good fight issue. It was actually a good fight issue. It wasn't, not needed. It actually was interesting. So, was it the best issue of Avengers vs. X-Men? No. But was it a good issue? I would say yeah. I think it definitely is worth picking up. I give it a 3.5. It was a good issue. Again, it wasn't like, oh, this is my favorite Avengers vs. X-Men issue ever. It's my favorite, story arc. But I feel like this series has been improving, and like it, especially with the change of artists, I've been really liking the art for this. I think it's more impressive. It actually shows Hope is like not an adult. Like a lot of the other artists shows Hope as like this adult and pretty much the same size as all the other Avengers. But with this, it shows that, Hope is a little girl, in this big war with, all these adults and all these superheroes. So I like the art shows that she is, a little girl that has to take on the Phoenix and has to take on the whole war. So I like that the art does show that. But like I said, I think the art is a big improvement, and the story's been improving also. Like, Avengers vs. X-Men, again, might not be the best story arc in the world, but it's improving to become an okay story arc and maybe a good story arc. Because the last couple of issues I felt like were really good, and this is like, kind of a filler issue, but it was still a good issue. It wasn't as bad as the beginning of Avengers vs. X-Men. I feel like, this series really has improved over a couple of issues. It just really has improved. I think this is Matt Fraction writing this, but I thought he did an okay job, when Jonathan Hickman wrote this, he did a really good job. But it also depends on the writer, the artist, but because there's so many different writers and different artists for this big story arc. It's not just one creative team, and I think that makes a big difference also, because some issues might be really good because you have a really good creative team, and some issues might be really bad because you don't like the creative team and their style of writing and their artwork. So, but this, I felt like this was a good issue. It again wasn't the best, but I give it 3.5. But I think it is worth picking up. I mean, don't like go out of your way to pick it up, but definitely if you see it, I'd say pick it up. So this is Comic Uno and a Player Affinity video review. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. And also, guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. In the description below, there'll be a link for both my Twitters for Comic Uno and the random situations for both my YouTube channels. And I have news about those videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this Comic Uno. Bye.